Hi guys, how are you? Vladimir here. This is the live market review, our daily video, 10 of August 2017. Well, a lot of interesting things happening, so let's immediately jump on the charts and see what are our opportunities. Let's start with the indices, which start to be the most relevant ones, and we can see that the S&P currently breaking below this low. Now, I want to remind you we had this cycle on the daily chart and the weekly chart, which we can build as much as we want. This is a triple one, the shorter one, that's a 6181. Divergence is there screaming, so we are after sales. And on the 4-hour chart, we got two false breaks, which we wanted to see. We got it 1, 2, right? And we got a convergence principle right here. It looks amazingly technical, lower lows, lower highs creating for us right here. So we can look for sell rally. Now the targets would be according to the cycles I have mentioned before. The daily triple, the last double, the biggest one. Okay, so as long as we will not get any signs to stop looking for the sells, it looks like the right thing to do. Euro dollar still holding the pressure to the downside, creating kind of a double cycle correction, which to me looks more like a range of this. Remember this potential triple cycle, right? Which now makes this kind of a range, which I believe should react to the downside right after that. And I do expect the pair to reach the 116 zone and maybe even all the way to 115 or 114 before we even consider the buys. New Zealandian dollar, even though yesterday created two false breaks with convergence and idea after that was the convergence right here, convergence idea after the news, which they were holding the rates. Right after that, they retraced down and creating the new levels. Now we will want to see the levels recreating themselves. So it does look to me currently like a special cycle building that should take us to below 0.72 or at least close to that. Now this is the critical low. If we break below that, it's gonna create for us a convergence on a daily chart, which you can see right here. Now that would be, even though it's a convergence, which means sell rallies, that would be an amazing buy opportunity for short term. Why? Because that's going to create for us also a bullish hidden divergence right here, and more than that, a bend to bend move, which would provide technically amazing setup for buys. So let's follow up and see if we can get it right here, and from there look to long it all the way to the middle. Let's continue. Now Aussie Kiwi, a pair that, well, gave us some opportunity to earn from the shorts here. Okay, gave us this beautiful down move, providing nothing since then. It's another push to the upside, which for long run we are long. Okay, so no doubts about that. And but for the short opportunities, they are gone very quickly in the short term. It seems we are going here, and then very likely we are going all the way to the 100. So every pullback you will get with two waves is still, for long run, a buy opportunity. And as for now, the short-term sells are simply not there, so it means stay long. Dollar Canadian completing its slow corrective move up, making it to be a kind of a special cycle, I would say here. 1 into, and now this is the range, right? So we should expect one more, where from I would expect a correction all the way down, maybe even to new lows. As for long term, the view did not change. We still will want to go for sells, but at least in the short term, the closer we can get to 128 or higher, the more reliable the short should become. Okay, Aussie franc, another pair we've been talking about for a while now. It looks really good, really impressive, continuous down move. No signs for us for a stop, which means bearish pressure remains on. We do expect one more low, which could be below 0.75 even. So stay short there on the short term. Euro franc, another pair that we have been talking about, created one leg of correction. We need second, so it was one range. We need this, and then we might be looking for another final leg to be created and giving us the opportunity to go for sell. Let's continue. Now, pound yen. We've been talking about this pair yesterday that we should get ready for buys, remember? Now, this is the high I want it to be broken. Let's put it horizontal line and not drawing line. And you can... Let's make it here accurate. Okay, that's our high. And you can see that's the importance I always said. Wait for your setup. Remember my words? As long as it did not complete, stay bearish. Remember these words? And here is why. You see, it reached right there and the bulls are weak. They were not ready to take a control. We did not even get a breakout, not even talking about a two-ways retrace for a buy opportunity. No convergence, no buys, and the sells continues. Now it becomes... Wow, what was was that my voice? Now I sound like a man, right? We have this triple cycle completing, and we can see that we are right on the level. Let me show you what I mean, guys. And here we go. This is the triangle. We have it right on the bottom, and this is our top, right? Now, if we drop to the 4-hour chart, 161.8 level of this cycle is, guess where? Ta-da! Exactly here. That's the 141 zone, which I call, which means get ready for buys. And how? Now we need two false breaks. We got one. That was yesterday. We might get this second one, even though it's ugly, as the divergence is kind of weak. So it will still technically be correct, but we do need false break, horizontal, and convergential principle. Currently, this is the high for convergential principle, too far. So what is very likely to form is one more false break to be horizontal, higher highs, and then same explanation as yesterday, two waves retracement, boom, breakout, and we are set for the buys. What do we do if that does not happen and we don't get a false break? Triple cycle movement up. Now what do I mean? Assuming this is the bottom, we need 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Watch on the chart, not my eyes, watch on the chart. And you connect this corrective trend line, and with the breakout above this trend line that we will connect, that will be our signal. Now, why do we do that? Now, why not to just jump in, right? Because remember, what we can't do as traders is to ensure we have the best of the starting point. All right? Starting point. Even that's not a guarantee we're going to end up as profitable, but with the best starting point, that means we have the best of the conditions, the best possible timing, because we don't rely on luck on a bet or a bad technical setup, the best possible timing, and the best of, the most important, risk reward. On such setups, you can get risk reward 1 to 4, 1 to 5, sometimes 1 to 10. And that's the trades you will want to trade. Why? Because even if you are wrong once, twice, thrice, once the move happens and you get your conditions and your risk reward, that's where you make your money. So that's for the pound yen, which starts to be also very, very interesting. New Zealand and Canadian, another one, approaching the levels. We will want to see that forming and completing the divergence and providing us some buy opportunities. Now we still move inside this range, which means this bottom is still legal for the longs, okay, as you remember. And yesterday we have been talking about the Aussie versus the dollar, which yet not providing us, well, how to say that gently, nothing good. It is bouncing from the bottom of the range, which we have been talking about, right? But no false break yet for us. So we are back to triple cycle idea. And that means this is what we are after. 1, 2, 3. If after that we get two waves correction, then we can go and look for the buys. This you remember this one from yesterday, so this is just a follow-up. And the next one on the list, new one, pound Canadian. Now, why I'm long on this one, you should remember from the higher time frames and the weekly forecast. But we got a triple cycle on the daily. We got one correction, 1, 2, 3, bullish divergence, bullish convergence on principle. on the 4-hour chart. And guess what? This is kind of, on the 1-hour chart we can even drop, kind of a special cycle. Oh wow. 1, 2, 3. With divergence now making for us this. So as long as this low holds, we are after buys. We've had triple cycle up here, which means we are good for buys. Technically we are on great levels, 50 for a buy, but what's most likely gonna happen here is one of the two scenarios before we got a buy, is this, and then the breakout of the trend line should bring us the opportunity to buy, or a range, which means some kind of movement like this. Boom, breakout and a buy. So we are trying to join the higher time frame first, and we are looking for the buys as long as this low holds right here. Okay, as long as it holds, we will be looking for the possible buys. Okay, and the next one, dollar franc, doing beautifully setup. 1, 2, 3, 1. We will need 2, and then looking to rejoin the monster. So stay tuned and get ready. Nothing else to say here. And the euro pound, we have it on the list. We did have one false break created for us right here, and we do want to get a second false break created for us, and it should be right here above this high. Okay, so it's actually easier to see on the 1-hour chart here. Okay, that would be our first, right? And we can also rely on this high, of course, and that would be our second, right here. Once it happens, we are back for the sell opportunities. In other words, as long as it did not happen, we complete the sentence, don't do nothing. Well, we could go and fish, or just enjoy the sun and go to the beach, right? But as terms of opportunities, we do want to trade the best ones, and that means we need a setup to be created for us. As long as it wasn't, we do not trade. Simple. So that's all for now, guys, and I believe that's more than enough to go on to trade with. Tomorrow is Friday. We don't have any new setups. We just manage our current ones. And I'll see you again with the weekly video. So I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you do, leave your comment, your feedback, and please click the like button below. It really helps us, and I really appreciate it. So thank you for your time, and enjoy your day and your weekend to come. Yours, Vladimir.